Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this video is a little bit different to what I normally do. I'm not climbing any mountains, not going any long distance hikes, not wild camping. I'm going to be doing my C1 license.
I'm Jamie. I've never been a 9 till 5 guy, and seeking out new experiences has always called to me. Whether it's micro or something a bit bigger, join me on my next adventure.
What is a C1 license? So a C1 license is basically, in the UK, it's to drive above 3.5 tonne and up to 7.5 tonne. So lots of camper vans are up to 3.5 tonne, and that's their limit, and that's what people can drive on their normal car license. But if you can do a C1 license, it means you can drive above 3.5 tonne, up to 7.5 tonne, which is plenty. But that gives you so many more options to driving camper vans or motorhomes. Anyone who follows this channel knows that I sold Snowy, our old camper van. It was about 6 months ago. I'm desperate for our next one. Snowy was really good. I loved it to bits, but there was a few things I wanted to change, and I knew that I wanted to get rid of it so that I could, move up a level, if you like. So by doing a C1 license gives me so many more options, looking at other camper vans, motorhomes, various things like that. Also with the C1 license, if you're above a certain age, you actually don't have to, you've already got it on your normal UK license. But because I think I was about 4 years out, I done my license in 2001, and I think it was 1997 was the cut-off point that you could drive up to 7.5 tonne. So if you've done your license before 1997, you're good to go. You can drive up to 7.5 tonne. But if you've done your license after 1997, you have to do a C1 license to drive above 3.5 tonne. It's really, really annoying. It's a little bit expensive as well to do. It's a pain, but it's one of those things you just have to do. So I'll hand over to Jamie in the past, and you can see how I got on and what all the C1 license is all about. I've just arrived down this little sort of farm track. I'm doing it with a company called MSM Training in Dorset, and I'm really, really excited. I mean, I love driving anyway, but this should be really good. I don't know how much I'm going to film, and I don't know even if this video is worth putting out, but I'm vlogging it. I'm here, I'm excited, I've got a cup of coffee. The course is over 3 days, 4 hours a day, and on the last day you do your tests, which is 2 tests. But I'll talk about that more, later in the video. But it's about 11 o'clock. It starts at 11:30. I'm really excited. You can hear a bit of things going on because I think this is sort of a farm area that's other businesses are here. It's just starting to rain. That shouldn't matter. I'm excited. Anyway, I'll update you when I can, I suppose. Hello again. So I've just finished day 2. It's only 4 hours a day, but the second 4 hours of training all went really well. On the first day, he told me to use my mirrors more, which I've been doing today, which is good. We've just done the practice of the reversing into a space, which was really, really good. I'm used to reversing quite a lot, so that was no problem for me. But apart from the van being a bit smaller than I was expecting, the tuition's really, really good. And he actually let me have a go in an Arctic as well, which is really good. I might do the Arctic course just for a laugh. But so everything's gone really, really well, and the next thing to do is the tests. There's 2 tests. A is the reversing tests, and you've got to pass that to go on to B, which is the questions and the hour driving, basically. So hopefully that will go okay, but you never know. Sometimes on the day, nerves or luck or whatever. But it's Tuesday today. My tests are on Thursday, so I shall report back, I assume,
Thursday. Scary. Fingers crossed. Anyway, see you in a bit. Good morning, everybody. It's another bright and early morning. It's day 3 and it's test day today. So wish me good luck. The first bit of the test is the reversing part, and then I go out on the road for an hour. So I'm here at the training centre just to pick up the van and the instructor, and then we're both going to go to the test centre, and it all goes on from there. So I'll let you know, I assume, afterwards. Fingers crossed. Oh. Do you want to know some news? I passed with 2 minors, so I'm really chuffed and happy with that. It's been a really great morning and course and everything like that. So now I can drive, got my C1 license, and I can drive up to 7.5 tonne, which should give me plenty of options regarding campervan purchases, in the future. No rush, but in the future. But I think I'm really elated. I need a coffee, and like I said, I passed, but I had 2 minors, which is really good. But apparently it was only because I was going a little bit too slow at some points. But where the area is, there's loads of 20 mile an hour speed limits, and the signs aren't great. So I was a bit more careful than usual, which I assume most people are on tests anyway. But anyway, I'm going to have a coffee and chill out a little bit and go home and have lunch and things. But I think I'll do a little wrap up piece after this once I'm back in the editing suite. So I'll see you there in a minute.
So I'm obviously back in the editing suite now. So I thought I'd just mention about the course, the C1 course, and what it entailed basically. It was 3 days long, each day being about 4 hours. So the first day is 4 hours training, the second day is 4 hours training, and the third day, the third 4 hours if you like, but that is the tests. So once you've done your training, the first test you do is, I think it's 3A, and 3A is the reversing test. And what you've got to do is basically just drive forwards. You've got to go around some cones and stop in between like a checkered zone, and make sure you don't hit the barrier at the back. If you hit the barrier at the back, you fail. And the problem is you've got to pass this first test, the 3A test, before you do the hour test, hour-long drive afterwards. It's not too bad, and in your training you learn how to do it. It's not too bad at all, and yeah, relatively cushy to do. Then after you pass that 3A test, you go on to 3B test. So the examiner comes along and he asks you, I think it's 5 questions. And my questions were things like, how would you check that the power steering works? Or how much tread on the tyre there should be? Various things like that. And then once you've done those little questions, they're relatively easy to remember. Your training sorts that out. And then you go on to an hour driving on the road with the examiner saying, turn left on the next junction or follow this road, like almost identical to a normal driving test. It's one of those things that is nerve-wracking, but it's okay, especially as I came from driving vans anyway up to 3.5 tonne. It wasn't a problem at all, although I was nervous. It was not too bad at all. I should mention as well about the theory tests that you've got to do before these practical tests. And the theory tests are all done via going into a theory test centre and doing a multiple choice question test, and it was a hazard perception test. That was it. MSM training that I went with were really, really good. I can highly recommend them, and they organised it all for me. It was really, really, really seamless, basically. Not to go on too much longer, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'm very, very happy to answer any questions that you have. I mean, even though I learned a little bit and things like that, because I came from driving vans for the last 15, 20 years, it was a bit of a waste of money, basically. It's one of those rules that the government has in place that other countries don't have in place. My friend in America can drive up to, I think, 13 ton, which is quite a lot actually. But if you're not experienced in vans, then it is really, really worth doing the training, because there are very slight differences, the way you drive, braking distances, various things like that the training really, really tells you. So I definitely got something out of it that will improve my driving on bigger vehicles going forward. Again, if you've watched this far, thanks so much for watching. Answer any questions, and don't forget to like the Jamie's Adventures Instagram page. It's relatively new, so I could do with a few more likes to see what I get up to. And PS, we've just bought a new van. So follow me on Jamie's Adventures, see all the behind the scenes and what I get up to. But I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.